almost got the place to myself. There's one other car here, and I reckon this is an appropriate spot to sit for breakfast. So instead of hanging around where I slept last night having breakfast, I've headed down to Bobbin Head, sort of Kookaburras Chase National Park. I'm in, what is it, Apple Tree Creek boat ramp, I think it is, where I am right now. I had the place to myself for about a couple of minutes there, and then a guy on a bike's come back down, come down here. There was a guy fishing when I arrived, but he left. So I'm pretty much the only person here, which is nice and peaceful. It's nice and quiet. Cold morning. It's about 7 degrees outside, so not as cold as it has been, but yeah, still pretty cool. It was about 11 degrees in the van overnight. I stayed up in Hornsby, just on the side of a sporting field in the car park there last night, and it was good spot, nice and quiet. It was away from the main road, so no traffic noise, apart from, you know, from 5:30, of course, as always, people start heading off to work. So I'm not sure if there's any walks around this particular area, but I know there is over the other side, so have a quick look here and then wander over to the actual Bobbin Head area. There's this beautiful bridge they've built, and then there's like a temporary fence blocking off any access from the other side. Closed due to storm damage. That's not helpful. I'm not getting the kayak out. It's just too cold. Nice and ferny over the other side. I can hear water trickling down that little sort of valley type thing there. There's parallel parking here. I could have just come down here and sit right next to the bloody water with the van. It's a much nicer spot than where I stopped down at the boat ramp there. It's the same car park. You can see the van way down there. But you just sort of follow the road up around the back there, and then there's a little loop here. Come and park right next to the creek. It's quite nice. Just walked up to the end of that little picnic area, and yeah, there's a dodgy little track that comes down in here. I'm not sure there's any positive future in me walking in through here, but anyway, I may disappear up to my knees in mud. We'll head back over to the Bobbin Head side. I noticed some better walks over there, or some walks at least. There aren't any over Apple Tree Bay. Here we go, right at the back of the car park. Got the starting point for the Mangrove Boardwalk. Looks like it's all gone a bit grey and cloudy. So yeah, I thought they were real first too. That's got to be one of the biggest mangrove trees I've ever seen. That's huge. Yeah, I didn't actually know that mangroves grew that big. Apparently they're sharpening grooves in the rock there where the local indigenous people have been sharpening tools and stuff. Should have taken the fork in the track down to the Rainforest area. Just a little gully just below the road up here. It's really nice. How much fungi is growing on this log here? It's amazing. It goes up the entire length. Oh my goodness. Bit of a crawl through. There's probably an easier way. I reckon I could have just skipped across the rocks down there, but anyway. We're right under the Bobbin Head Road just there. So I can see a bit of a trail on the other side there where the Lyrebird just went racing up as well. So I've crossed over the creek, and I think I should have gone up over the top of those rocks there. Look at this tree, look at the bark on this thing. That's really bizarre. What is it? It's just looks like a casuarina. I've never noticed that before. It's almost like cork, but not cork-like. It's it's actually quite hard. It's turned into a dry creek bed. The water must just be running under the ground, under all the rocks. The way this tree's grown here, this is amazing. Look at the roots on this thing. This is right underneath the rock shelf. That's incredible. Look at this. It's funny, this one. So you get that little tiny waterfall there, and then if we look over here, there's a whole stack of water running down. I don't know where it's coming from. Just got to get back to those tree roots again. That's incredible. Oh, another big red gum sitting on top of a rock. You see the termite track coming down here. Should we see if it's alive? Oh, there they are. There they are. It is an active one. Quite a big slab of rock there on top of that waterfall. It's looking a little bit crazy now to get any further. Someone has put little pink streamers on there, but I think basically you've got to sort of run across there. Not sure the GoPro does justice as to how steep that actually is. So just walk down a little bit further from where we entered into this area. You can see here it drops down, then up there in the distance you can see it dropping into the creek and the mangroves. I think there is a way across there, but up here there's just so many fallen trees. It's like a bit of a nightmare to get through. Head back, I might go up the other trail that sort of follows the bigger creek up a bit further. The path's just running down behind the mangroves at the moment. Unofficial sidetrack. A random palm tree in amongst all the mangroves. I guess there's the casuarinas here, but anyway, that's just bizarre. Yeah, I'm kind of losing interest in this one. It's not really a very interesting walk. It's just all the same sort of bushland, and I can't see the creek actually narrowing down. Let me just balance on this precarious rock. It just kind of runs like that all the way up. Looks like it gets very shallow up there too. You can see sand in the middle. I'm going to wander back. It'll almost be lunchtime by the time I get back to the van, I think. Mangrove flowers. There you go, there's something new as well. I haven't seen that before. Only very small. There's a bunch of canoes over there. I think there was a school group that came down a bit earlier. I wonder if I should just run over and grab one and go for a paddle. I don't think anyone would mind, surely. They probably wouldn't even notice. Like, I'd like to, but yeah, it's not even getting the inflatable kayak out. It's putting it away afterwards because it's all wet and you have to try and dry it, and it's such a hassle. Sitting here with the door open, enjoying the sun, but it's getting a bit rowdy here. Given that's probably the main walk out of this whole area here. There's a bunch of school groups coming backward and forward, and noisy kids and whatever else. So I'm going to head back over to the Apple Tree Bay area where I was this morning and set up there for the rest of the afternoon, I think. And that'll probably be what my entire afternoon. So there's a lot more people here now. This is better. I have the place to myself. Almost. One car here. Yep. That's a nice walk for lunch. Well, it's a much nicer outlook here, but unfortunately the wind is coming straight down the valley. It was sort of must have been sheltered from it over the other side there. It was quite nice. And the sun's disappeared as well, so it's getting cold now. Anyway, I put my jumper on. I'm still going to have the door open. Steam up some dumplings for lunch. It's I need to be back at my mother's place. I'll take her to the doctor's on Friday, so I need to be back there Thursday. It's Tuesday already. It's not worth cooking up a whole bunch of stuff. I don't want to cook just one meal, that's just annoying. The trusty little silicone mat to stop the pot sliding off. I'm on a bit of an angle. So here's something amusing going on. Look out there. So I've been using a SIM card, a data SIM card in my mobile phone because I've got a dual card phone, and basically that's been doing me for all my data stuff. I'm with Belong. It's like 100 gig per month, and it's $35, which is a pretty good deal. But I did happen to have a 4G wireless modem slash router that I bought when I built my previous house before they could actually hook up the broadband. So just like yesterday actually, I decided I'd get that router out and actually give it a go in the van. So I've taken the SIM card out of my phone, put it into the router, and I've had it sitting in the van now. And one of the things I was a bit worried about was the interaction with the car, with the Transit. Ford Sync system, which is their operating system for their audio and all the you know, maps and whatever else, uses Wi-Fi. And I know in the past, with my Ford vehicles, the car would not connect to my phone until I got out of range of my home Wi-Fi. So I've been playing with this. I've had the Wi-Fi router turned on all the time, and I haven't had any issues. Obviously it won't connect Wi-Fi wise, but I can also plug the phone into the car as well via USB, and that sorts it out, no problems. So generally I do that anyway, because yeah, it just keeps my phone charged while I'm driving, and if I'm using maps and things, it actually consumes quite a bit of power. Anyway, so where this is all going, down here in this little hollow valley that I'm sitting in right now, I had zero phone reception. I could not get a scrap on that. My Wi-Fi router, which was sitting inside the cupboard at the moment, was marginal. I was getting like less than 1 Mbps download and practically nothing upload, so it was struggling. Anyway, why it's sitting on the roof is because I get really good reception if I do that. Who would have thought? If I move it outside this Faraday cage of a steel box that I've got here, I get good reception. It's still only like, you know, 2.5 Mbps download, but it's enough to actually watch YouTube and whatever else. But more importantly, I now have phone call capability because it does voice over Wi-Fi, and I can get all my emails and things like that. Fantastic stuff. So my long-term plan basically is to have an external antenna out on the top of the van. So I'm going to order that real soon, I think, and yeah, I'll put a bracket up on the roof rack out in the back of the solar panels there. I've already got a pass-through on the roof for it, because it's always been my plan to do that. I just need to do it, because like I've got the stuff, I just need to order a external antenna, and then I can put all this in permanently, and then I'll have nice Wi-Fi, which obviously is not going to be, yeah, it will fail sometimes depending on where I am. You've got to have some sort of signal, but yeah, at the moment it's like 10 times better already just by putting the router up on the roof. It's fantastic. Oh dear, I've mangled some of my dumplings. Stirred them too soon. I've completely lost the sun now. That's no fair. Better quickly take a shot out here while the sun's out. Just going to top up my water while I'm here, since there's a tap. Make the most of it when you see them. This is my hot water tank under here. It's inside a plastic casing, and then there's 40 ml of polystyrene all the way around it. I need to trim this off, this is terrible. Anyway, and inside that is a 84 litre stainless steel tank. And if you look down behind the driver's seat there, there's a little water pump. So there we have a heat exchanger where the engine coolant runs through that and then heats up my hot water. Basically a temperature switch on that, so that once the hot water tank gets to 55 degrees it switches off the pump. And 40 ml polystyrene insulation, it's just expanded polystyrene. It's good for like a couple of days if I get it totally hot. You know, in winter obviously it cools down a bit quicker, and when you've got less water in the tank it cools down quicker, hence why I've just had 4 showers out of this one now, so I'm topping it back up again. There's my dual fill valve, so I've got one for the cold water, one for the hot water. Okay, one more quick walk before I have to head back to civilization. Lots of money tied up there, quite literally tied up. There is a walking track, but it's over the other side of this building. There we are. It's a rough old path. Okay, North Tarramara up there, Bobbin Head Trail, and then Sphinx Memorial, 5 kilometres, St. Ives, 5.7. It's clearly a very long trail, so I'm going to probably end my time down here with this quick view over the marina. I think I need to head back to civilization so I can get some internet and sort out a few things. It's looking quite nice as the sun's going down. It's a bit of a disjointed evening. I had a few things I had to sort out. I need to get on the internet and do some life stuff. You know how it is. Unfortunately, there is always stuff that needs to be done. So I've come up here into Asquith. I'm just sitting at a sporting field, as you can probably see out there. There's a bunch of people out there playing some form of football, yelling and screaming at each other, and all got the lights on. So not totally sure where I'm going to stay tonight. Look, I've had dinner and everything. It's now like 8:30-ish, 8:44. So Yeah, I could stay here, I think. There are houses right behind me on the other side of the road there, so I'm kind of sitting at the front of houses effectively. I'm sort of perpendicular to the road, sort of 90-degree parking off the road here. So it's not usually the sort of spot I'd like to stay. I don't like to be in view of the fronts of houses, but it's been pretty quiet. There's been a few comings and goings, but overall it's been pretty quiet. The other option is I go back to where I was last night. That was another sporting field down closer to Hornsby, but it was there were no houses with that car park there. You were sort of behind the houses, so people could essentially see me if I reverse in there, because you'll see my rear brake light over the top of your fence because it's like 3 meters high. I'll go dark. I'll make up the bed before I decide to do anything and all that sort of business, and then I will probably drive to the other one. I'm just a little bit more comfortable being there than I am here. I just don't like being out the fronts of people's houses. Just for their sake more than anything else. I try to keep a low profile, and if you're in their front yard, it's not a low profile. All the morning stuff done. I'm up, ready to move on. I did come down to the other sporting field that I stayed at previously. Someone else was here, as you can see, and nice quiet night until 6 a.m. when all the planes started coming in. Right in the flight path here, and it must have been about 3 or 4 planes queued up, and at 6 a.m. all the jets are coming over. Bloody hell, what a racket. There we go. Barrera Valley National Park, Crosslands Reserve. Here we are, one very big picnic area. It is a national park, so you couldn't just park here. You have to pay for the camping, I think. A few people with tents down there. It's an interesting one, actually. It's a big car park. I could quite easily just back up into one of these spots here. But, as I said, you got to pay. I think it's like $25 a night or something, so it's not insignificant either. A few moments of sunlight, better get out and make most of it, I think. It's a very swampy sort of area. There's like mangroves growing over that side. And then the Barrera Creek's just over that side of the trees there. This huge elk horn hanging off the tree. That's massive. Goes all the way around, it's huge. Hey, found another tap. Oh, it doesn't work. Yeah, this is really cool. Hopefully, I don't disturb him. So male bush turkeys build those big mounds, and then the females come along and lay the eggs in there. The bloke with the biggest mound gets the girl. That's the way it works, isn't it? That's so funny, I couldn't work out what the noise was. I've got a boardwalk through the marshlands here. Fantastic. This is actually really nice down here. This one's going to be tough to see, but there is a lyrebird in there. That was amazing. Now we get to see the creek, finally. It smells of sewage. Big grass trees again. I don't know how old that is. There's a little sign back there just talking about the grass trees, saying that they can grow up to, they can live for up to 900 years. I've never heard that one before. Bloody hell, that's pretty incredible. Interestingly, it said that the flower stalks can grow like 7 centimetres a day, so the actual trunk of the plant is monumentally slow growing, but the flower pops up in no time. Oh, bit of a little climb up over a ridge here, and as soon as we're up, we're back down the other side. And there's a bridge down there. There you go. Let's come a little bit further. I'm not going to go much further though. This is about 1.5 kilometres in now, so I think this will probably do me. Yeah, let's head back. Look at this big grassland, or it's not really grassland, but marshland here. It's amazing. Just crossing back over this creek, and again, there's that smell of that floral fragrance, the fabric softener smell. Oh dear, not nice. If you don't know what I'm talking about with the fabric softener smell, go back and watch the video I posted just before this one 2 days earlier, and watch till the end. There's my house shining in the sun. Look at this. The feathers stuck to the side of my van. It's in here, minding my own business. I just sort of looked out the window and this black and white thing comes racing at me and goes thump into the side of the van. Those little magpie larks. Oh man, they're idiots. It's funny, all the birds are just started going silly. Something's going down. Is it going to be an earthquake or something? Just, you know, the bird just slammed into the side of my van. A whole bunch of bush turkeys just went bolting off across the place. The Kookaburras going nuts. That was a catch. Just by chance I thought I'd video him. I've never heard a bush turkey make a noise before. That was bizarre. The bird life here is incredible. It's absolutely amazing. Alright, time to move on. I'm considering going for a bike ride. Surprise, surprise. I've come over to Westleigh. I'm going to have a ride here. I drove through here a couple of days ago, had a bit of a look, and then headed up to Cherrybrook, which is kind of the next suburb up. I don't think there's going to be any fantastic scenery here either. I think it's just going to be trails as such. So anyway, it'll be a bit of fun. I need a bike ride. I haven't ridden for 2 days. So I've stopped here at tennis courts. I think that's what's in front of me right here. There's tennis courts, football fields, dog park, everything. Exercise area. There's even a map. You are here. Right, so it looks like I just keep turning left. What do we got here? Oh, that's another one. Oh, that was not a nice job. Bumpy. Let's give it a go. Yep. It's hard work doing that. The Black Diamond Trail, it's usually not the hardest, but second hardest. Oh, there's one again. Hey. I've made it back to the start and a full lap of the place. Pretty small park, but that's alright, it's a bit of fun. I've got to go for another lap. I didn't go this way first time round. Another car, another one. There we go. I just noticed a big dollop of mud on my lens. Does that mean I've got to go back and do it all again? Well, pushing 1 o'clock now. I've just got out of the shower, hosed all the mud off myself, which was all up my legs, which was lovely. Just going to microwave myself a frozen dinner, and that'll do me for lunch today. I think what I'm going to do now, I've got to be doing some stuff with my mum over the next couple of days, so I'm probably going to head back over to her place. Give me a chance to get a bit of washing done as well, so I'll go and make use of a washing machine. And then yeah, that's I'll be tied down for the next 2 days at least. I will do my best to find something really exciting in the next several days before next Wednesday, and hopefully I can put something up that's worth looking at. But got a few things on over the next few weeks, so there'll be something a little bit different happening. Hopefully I can do something pretty interesting, but we'll see how we get on. No promises at this stage, anything could happen. Alright, thanks for watching. Really appreciate all your support as always. Just watching and commenting and hitting the like button is really appreciated. So thank you very much everyone, and I will see you in the next video.